Good morning, everyone. It's your boy Chris at Sport Pick Chris, and today we're coming back to you with another video. Yesterday was NFL Sunday. We made a good amount of money. I will kind of go through on Twitter, so if you're not following my Twitter, make sure you go ahead and follow. You can see exactly what I posted up and what I did. I believe I was green. Thank you to Sunday Night Football. I crushed Sunday Night Football. But I made a whole separate video on Sunday Night Football. If you want to go back and look to see where I was, Bucky Irvin, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Aubrey, it was a smash video. So if you haven't already, go check that out. Go like the video. And now we're coming back to you with a Monday Night Football. We'll have two picks, and then have a few honorable mentions. If you want to take them all, go ahead, just let me know, either down in the comments or on Twitter. Let's get right into this video. So when I was doing my research last night, rushing and receiving yards, Kendre Miller, I'm going to take the over. It opened up at 72.5. It's worked its way all the way down to 69.5. So it definitely make it even better. With the Saints today, it's Spencer Rattler today, and then with Green Bay, it's their normal offense. So there's nothing too special coming out of this game, but Spencer Rattler starting quarterback. I'm gonna go with the check down king. No Alvin Kamara. That's also the big thing too. We're gonna take more for Miller. And there's nothing special about it. Just Alvin Kamara has not missed a game this season, so we don't know how the offense is going to look. We know that how Alvin Kamara is basically the entire offense. I think Spencer Rattler's just going to take the 5 to 10 yard checkdowns with Miller. Miller will have some running lanes. Green Bay's defense is good, not great. The offensive line for the Saints are good, not great. I think there'll be some running lanes. Do not take the rushing. Take the rushing and receiving if you are. Or I did see his receptions prop is should be pretty well, 3.5 to 1.5. So obviously it opened up at 2.5. I don't hate that either. So take whatever side you would like from that, of the rushing, receiving, or the 2.5. And then we're going to go over to Josh Jacobs' fantasy score. And we're going to take the over in Josh Jacobs' fantasy score. Not only has he hit it 5 out of the last 5 games, it's going to be against the Saints. The Saints are just not going to be able to do anything on offense. So in that case, we'll take the Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to be a freight train running through that defense. Not saying the defense is bad in any way, shape, or form, but Josh Jacobs has been that guy so far this year. I think he's arguably the 3rd to 4th best running back in the league between Saquon, King Henry, and Josh Jacobs. He has to be in that tier, and he's really elevated the Green Bay Packers offense. And against some really good defenses, Detroit, Seattle, San Fran, he's been able to hit this line, and at 19, I mean, there's a chance, Josh Jacobs legitimately could score 3 touchdowns against this game and rush for 180 yards. Again, a little sarcastic there, but he's headed the last 5 games. He's averaging 24.18 per game. And against a struggling team who's just going to be punting the football back and forth, Josh Jacobs should get the majority of the workload. Jordan Love probably won't have to do much this game before just turn around and hand the ball off. So we like Josh Jacobs' fantasy score. Some honorable mentions. Hopefully you knew where I was going to go with this. Blake Groupie with 1.5 field goals. It is a demon, and when the demons are 1.5 field goals, I always like to take them. Most kickers average 2 field goals a game, so if we can get the demon, this is an honorable mention. These 2 are my first picks. This is the honorable mention. We'll take the over on it. There's a lot of juice on it, and I'm not saying that the defense couldn't get a turnover, they'll be in field goal position. I just don't think they'll be able to push the ball down the field as effectively as they hope so. We did it with Jason Sanders yesterday. No Jalen Waddle. They would stall in the red zone. They would stall past the 35. That's where Jason Sanders kicked 3 field goals yesterday, which was a prop that we had. I think the same thing with the Saints. There's going to be a couple possessions where they'll be able to move the ball down the field, and I feel like that's where Blake Grupe, I don't think they'll score touchdowns. I think this is where Blake Grupe will then come onto the field on the 20, take a chip shot, and make them. And we only need 2 of those for tomorrow, and it's a demon, so we'll always take the juice with the demon. Lastly, this is also going to go with Josh Jacobs. It's going to be rush attempts. At 21, I really like as well. Again, if you don't like the fantasy score, which I don't know why you wouldn't, and if you would rather take the Josh Jacobs rushing attempts, I believe on some other apps it's at 20.5. Obviously, you like at 20.5 rather than 21. But again, we can take it 21 Josh Jacobs. He's hit it 2 of the last 5, but again, just against the Saints team, they're just going to turn around and hand the ball off. And who would you rather hand the ball off to? No one other than Josh Jacobs so far this season. So we'll take those 3 picks. These are the 2 best bets: Kendre Miller, Josh Jacobs, and then the honorable mentions. Or if you don't like the fantasy score, rushing attempts, and the honorable mention: Blake Grupe, demon 1.5 field goals. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I just want to say thank you for all the support on the channel so far. If you guys just want to leave a like down below and subscribe, that would really mean a lot. Hit the comments if you decide to take any of these props. And if anything, make sure you guys stay green and enjoy your Monday.